Hello, welcome back to WhatCulture Wrestling, and you may be wondering what is going on right now, but we have some breaking news that we need to share with you. I am Gareth Morgan, joined here with Michael Sidgwick. We've got some incredible news because, well, not incredible, it's questionable news at this point.
Yes.
The WWE Network may be coming to an end. Tell us more about this. What is going on?
Well, I'm going to read verbatim from WWE's 2019 full financial results, released earlier this afternoon UK time, and something popped out to me when I was giving a cursory casual scan. If you'll permit me, I will read this out to you right now. The company, that being WWE of course, is pursuing several strategic initiatives that could increase the monetization of its content in 2020 and or subsequent years. These include distribution of content in the Middle East and India, as well as, this is the key, the evaluation of strategic alternatives for the company's direct-to-consumer service WWE Network. Now I know in various reports that we've touched on previously, there's been a lot of chatter about a potential tiering system as it pertains to the network, i.e. charging you an additional $5 for additional content by WWE affiliates like Evolve, Progress, ICW. In addition, there's been reports that WWE has been scouting as far as afield as Mexico and Japan, even Chikara, to purchase some of their video libraries for such a service. But, and this is pure speculation at this point, the wording to me doesn't feel very much like, oh yeah, we're just going to add Progress on it for an extra $5. It says specifically a strategic alternative to the WWE Network. Now, there's two things here that need to be pointed out. Number one, co-presidents George Barrios and Michelle Wilson, who've been fired due to apparent irreconcilable difference about the strategic decisions going forward, were the key drivers behind the network. Number two, said network has not at all met projections. They haven't recouped the revenue stream that they dropped by dropping the traditional pay-per-view business model. Declines in subscribers have marred these reports for a few years now. I think they wanted about 2 or 3, even 4 million subscribers when this was all initially ballyhooed. That has not happened.
Nowhere near.
The opposite has happened, and frankly, it's one of those strange things because as a fan of WWE, when this thing was first launched in 2014, this is at the height of Daniel Bryan being great, I thought, all right, okay, this is fantastic because not only has the company got a fresh new face, one who's completely over with the crowd, but you're getting everything, historic and current, modern, for a tenner a month. I thought it was glorious, but in the back of my mind I thought, this is also a stupid idea.
Yeah, how are they going to make money in the long run off this? Because they offer that kind of 1 month free period where, you can just come in, enjoy WrestleMania, see you later. Like, it offers itself up to that. So in the long run, it was always a case of people are going to come and go still. Like, people are going to come around for the big pay-per-views and then bugger off. That was always going to be the case, surely.
Yeah, absolutely. And another pronged effect of all of this is, one, you've kind of normalised the idea of a pay-per-view. The very fact under like genuine capitalist like sort of smoke and mirrors voodoo is that if it feels cheaper because it is cheaper, that's just the way it's going to go. And by that I mean if it's not like a must-see event, you used to have this sort of conflict of in the UK it was like £15. I think in the US it was like $60.
Yeah.
It must have
very
been
similar to like a UFC event.
Indeed,
like similar pricing.
Like I've been traditionally from like a low income household growing up, so I had to pester my parents and say, can you pay 15 quid for this? It just felt like such a big deal. And then when it was a tenner a month, when you're earning money as an adult, it's like, it feels very disposable. And another additional effect is that because they already had your money and we were happy for that money to go out, it created sort of a malaise between producer and consumer to just do endless rematches. They didn't have any impetus to do special attractions, and the strategic vision for the WWE Network, in my opinion, has badly affected the product, and that's why it's kind of puppeteered now by TV rights fees.
And it's that thing where, like you just said, whenever you're watching these kind of WWE Network era kind of pay-per-views, everything does spill into one another because you just don't. There's no need. There's no need to make the audience go, I need to come in and watch this. You've got your money. Indeed. It's like you don't go home every single night and go, I need to watch that thing on Netflix. You're like, it's going to be there tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly. It just becomes
no
just temporary, disposable, and not quite as special feeling as it used to.
Exactly, and that's spot on. But then now we have another kind of news story to break into regarding this conference call. Not the conference call, the actual numbers that are broken out. The conference call is still ongoing. But that is regarding the profits, the apparent $180 million profits, is it, for the quarter at this point for 2019. So in terms of that, like going further into there's a lot more than what meets the eye with that. Apparently it's mostly SmackDown. I think the actual TV deals are where most of the profit's coming from. Obviously not the WWE Network, as we've just mentioned, but...
Indeed. On the surface, these are like tremendous results, best ever record-breaking results. They are generating more revenue than ever before. On the surface, I will reiterate that point, on the surface, these are fantastic results. However, every single fan-driven revenue stream is down. Merchandise is down. Live events are down. They've actually reduced the schedule because there's simply no making money from it anymore. And again, that's affected by the declining popularity of the TV ratings. There's simply no impetus for someone to go, I love watching this on TV. I'm going to get the live experience, because in the hemorrhaging TV viewers, so there's no real impetus to go to live events. Ratings are down, merchandise is down, network subscribers are down, and it feels like if it wasn't for an influx TV industry desperate to thwart the rise of streaming services like Netflix, WWE would be in a kind of perilous position.
Oh, yeah.
They are wholly at this point reliant on TV revenue deals, which of course, for now, accounts for these record-breaking profits and revenue. However, while they do escalate and they are essentially guaranteed, I am not a magician. I can't see into the future. But if this product continues to stagnate and continues to drop viewers, and in the meantime, the TV industry grows more desperate, then they're going to be paying for something absolutely terrible if in fact they are willing to pay for it. But that's another news video for about 5 years time.
I was going to say, it's one of those things where when's enough for these TV deals, because they're not really getting what they bargained for at this point. Like the quality, the actual, even the actual number of people they were expecting to get in for the likes of Fox, they were expecting anywhere up from 3 million per episode.
I think it was 4 million was the initial projection, which they met, and then it's since dwindled down to a very solid 2.5, maybe 2.4, which of course the buzzworthy events of WrestleMania season will elevate, you would expect, but that hasn't really happened for Raw. No. And another thing to bear in mind about the sort of integrity of this rights fee money is that last year, USA Network, very displeased with the ratings, were imposing various things on WWE. They made them do the Raw reunion. They made them introduce the 24/7 championship. These were all ideas pitched, and they had to be approved from the USA Network to WWE in an attempt to arrest the slide. So I think they're kind of moderately happy, or at least not unhappy at present, but the way that they do creative and build stars institutionally, in my opinion, this is totally subjective, with Vince McMahon at the helm, it's just not going to reverse anytime soon.
It's not, but obviously this conference call right now is ongoing. So out of curiosity, if you were on that call right now, what would be the burning question on your mind to ask Vince McMahon in this call? What would you need to know? What would the fans need to know at this point?
I would have 2 burning questions if I was an investor. If it was my money and I've just lost a great deal of it theoretically through the dropping of the share price, I would ask, what were you playing at in firing co-presidents George Barrios and Michelle Wilson, who engineered these huge TV deals that are propping up this? In another paradigm, it would be a dying company. It just isn't, because of the TV rights fees. I would just ask, what were you doing? And more to the point, if you've made that decision, that's fine. I would like it explained. But the more pertinent point is, why have you not got a business continuity plan of any nature? It just feels like such a drastic, short-sighted measure. They've got the job vacancy up on the corporate section of the website right now. It feels very hasty, short-term.
Vince has buggered off to go into the XFL and just gone, yeah, you saw that bit for a minute.
Well, it's just odd, because in any other area of business, you would have a business continuity plan, you would have targets lined up in place for the actual meat and bones of the for the company. It's just very odd. In addition, I would ask about this network thing. It was much touted as this game-changing development, ahead of which WWE were ahead of the curve. They were doing it at a time when it was just coming into prominence, and they thought they were ahead of the curve in doing it. It really has not worked. They've lost a significant amount of money through the lack of the pay-per-view model. It just hasn't replaced it at all. It's just strange. I would ask about, what are you playing at, and how on earth can you expect this fading, disillusioned consumer base to now pay, if in fact this is where it's heading. We don't know this, it's speculation. But if indeed, I would ask, 1, what do you mean by strategic reevaluation of the network? Are you expecting people to pay a premium price for something they've had for $10, for something that clearly, looking at every single metric of fan-driven revenue, they are tiring of? Those would be my two pertinent questions to Vince McMahon, and I am looking forward to finishing this video, hopping straight onto Twitter and seeing what kind of gasket he's blown on this conference call. Because I think one of the last times he did it last year, he was asked about AEW as the new
with the blood and gore stuff.
That's blood and guts.
Yeah.
Blood and guts. Advertisers won't want to touch that. Well, they do, and they've just secured the rights fee of their own. So maybe someone will pull them up on that.
Yeah, they should.
We might get a gasket. There might be a gasket getting blown as we speak. Who knows?
Oh, I'm excited. Well, that is our news, a good after news kind of update of the evening. It's a biggie. There's a lot to kind of unpack there, but we're probably going to have even more to unpack tomorrow, which is
I would say
super exciting. Let us know what you guys think of all this in the comment section below. Where can we find you on Twitter?
@msidgwick.
Awesome. You can find me on gmorgan04. Thank you very much for watching. I'm sure we will see you very, very soon.